Greetings, beloved entities. And so it is when we do another little chat about the situation in your society, mostly in your country, going on right now. Just because not everybody has done a regular meditation on the subject of peace and equanimity does not mean that it has not been in your hearts and minds, because it has been in your hearts and minds for all of you to varying degrees. And that is affecting all of the what you call a protest going on in your country, throughout the country, and city to city to city. It has encouraged and amplified the effect of what people are doing around the country to let your leadership know that they are decidedly unhappy. So your thoughts, your energy, your ability to spend a moment or two every day focusing on pray for peace and equanimity throughout the country, throughout the leadership of the country, has absolutely had an effect. It does not appear to us at this moment that changes are going to be effected right away. It's going to take about 6 more months before there is what shall we say, a revolutionary, shall we say, challenge that will cause change to occur in the leadership. What that challenge is, we are not at liberty to say. There are possibilities all over the place, and to identify one or the other would be inappropriate for us to do, because it would affect the way things go going forward. And this is very, very much important to each individual to be self-determining in what action, what thought, what feeling you want to carry with you in order to get things more on track, more on an even keel, more equanimous than it has been for the last 3 months. So we will not indicate what is going to occur, what the possibilities are, but there are several. And your thoughts, your feelings, your emotion regarding it, not just the emotion of fear and anger, but the emotion of hope, the emotion of intention. Intention is highly, highly powerful in effecting change where your intention is directed. And so to allow yourself to build up a powerful intention for peace and equanimity in your country, that will, of course, affect what goes on in the rest of the world, is very vital to a positive outcome. And we wish for you all a positive outcome in your leadership, in your government, in your judiciary, including them, because there are many who are frightened as well. There are many who are fearful of standing up for the rule of law, as you put it, for the right way to go, because they are, for whatever reason, some of them have sort of heavy burdens hanging over them. Some of them are simply cowardly in their core. And so it is to pray for them as well, and to have courage, to have the courage of their knowledge of right and wrong in every instance. It is important for you to arise the power of your intention to effect change that leads back to democracy, equanimity, peace, effectiveness for all concerned. These are all mantras that you can incorporate into your daily thinking as you think about or watch the news or listen to the news about what is going on in your government. It is to arise your intention, and the power of intention, there is nothing to match it, other than perhaps the power of love. But the power of intention can be felt more readily because it is very pointed and specific. So make your intention to effect the leadership of your government toward democratic, lawful outcomes. And when you get the recording of this session, you can write that down and plug it into your mind and your heart. Understand that your heart has its own brain. It does, scientific. Your heart has its own brain. And that is why oftentimes you find a bit of conflict between your mind and your feelings. Your heart has its own brain. Every cell of your body has consciousness. So you infuse your entire body and every cell within it with the intention of peace and equanimity. And what you can do is sit with that idea and see what sort of image comes up to put into all the cells of your body. You know, like you have been given the idea of seeing little smiley faces on all the cells of your body in order to give yourself a better demeanor, a better mood, bring yourself up, so to speak. You do that also with any image that you want to use for anything. But in this case, we would invite you to come up with for yourselves an image that represents your intention for peace and equanimity in your leadership and effectiveness and lawfulness and democratic thinking in your leadership. Come up with an image and then infuse the cells of your body with that image. That will amp up your intention and make it an intention to effect. Allow yourselves to know you have the power to effect this change. You have it. You have it more when you gather together at a specific time, wherever you are. Everybody chooses a time to gather together to spend 5 minutes thinking and intending and sending the wave of vibrational intention to your leadership for peace and equanimity. But individuals, one by one, can effect this power as well. And we urge you to do so that you are not victims of circumstances. You are the ones who effect and manifest the circumstances that will serve you and all concerned. You want to invite compassion and understanding in the hearts of those who are filled with hate and fear, because it is fear that oftentimes creates a hateful attitude. Fear of being overcome, fear of being powerless. Powerlessness is a very big issue for people. So everything that you can do in your own individual lives to imbue your sense of yourself as powerful, effective, demonstrably effective, is what you do. You ask your guides and angels, what can I do today to exhibit to myself my power, my effectiveness? What can I do today to send the message to those in leadership to change their behavior? At this point, and for probably the next 6 months, you're not going to change their fear or their attitude, but you can change their behavior. And with changed behavior, naturally follows a change of attitude. It is absolutely fact. So we invite you to contemplate and dialogue these ideas, these thoughts, these requests, these invitations to participate at your level to effect the changes that you know must be made in order to live in peace and equanimity and to be effective in your own lives. Because right now, everybody is living at some level of fear. Immigrants for sure, but non-immigrants as well, because everything is so uncertain. What's he going to do next? Who's going to back him up? Who's going to challenge him? Who's going to win the fight in the courts? Will there be a civil war? These thoughts, whether they're peripheral or forefront, are making people frightened. And it is a level of fear that runs through everybody at some level, everywhere in your country. You want to transform that fear into courage and into hope and into intention for better outcomes. We will take your questions and your comments.
Yes, I have a comment. Thank you for bringing this about today.
Indeed.
The word intention is incredibly important, and I think it's even more important if you add the word expectation of success.
There you go.
Into
Excellent.
Your heart. You have an intention and you expect the success. You have to have the courage to just carry on and remind yourself on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on a moment-to-moment basis, I am the creator of my experience. And I expect what I want, what I intend to come into experience. That relates to my specific life as well as the world about me, around me.
Absolutely. And the key is repetition. Because if one says, I expect success, but doesn't feel the expectation, repeat the phrase, go back to your intention, moment to moment if necessary. And that repetition of intention and expectation will evolve the emotion, the cellular response that will actually effect the successful outcome that you are seeking. So we invite you to utilize these techniques to change whatever you need to change. Expect success with your intention. Define your intention and repeat it to yourself with the expectation of success over and over and over. And that will allow you to generate from within you the honest expression that will allow that success to occur. Bless you, Michael. Who else?
I worry about the damage that's being done in our country. I and how it will be remedied. I do believe absolutely it will pass. I do believe that. But it's sometimes just so overwhelming to see the things that seemingly are unable to be stopped. They are being done and they will have to be undone, but it just seems to be so much. Yeah, that I see as a teacher, as I see with the families at our school. Yeah, another way to think about it.
So the pain of witnessing that sort of devastation is not easy to overcome. But if you will utilize these ideas that we have dialogued thus far, you can counteract the pain and the fear with hope and expectation. You can. And your attitude is exuded from you into the atmosphere around you. So your attitude of the expectation of good outcome will help others to ease their own fear. Your ability to bring humor into every situation, and we're not saying bring humor into your governmental situation, but in the course of your teaching, in the course of your interacting with your students, every time you can bring humor, every time there is laughter, it mitigates the fear and devastation just a little. And you have a unique ability to bring laughter wherever you go. And we invite you to utilize it frequently in every circumstance. It will also help you in your own feelings of devastation in your own being to lighten that up, because it is not really helpful to be weighted down by feelings of devastation and sorrow over circumstances over which you think you have no control. You do have a modicum of control, and it is important and imperative that you utilize it at every opportunity. In your case, chanting peace and equanimity and bringing laughter and humor and smiles to the faces of those you encounter with your own innate ability to be funny. What do you think about that?
I think that it's good. I'm our union rep, so I talk to a lot of people. And it is about stand up, speak out. This is your moment to stand up and speak out. And we will absolutely get through this. I know that that's the mindset that you want. I know that's the mindset that will carry the day.
Indeed, it is.
It's just
Do you think that adding humor is disrespectful of the circumstances?
not at all.
Good. Allow your own natural desire for joy to direct your expression so that others can also feel the joy that you share. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Indeed. Bless you indeed. Who else?
So here's my question is I am at this point not really able to sit for 20 or 30 minutes in stillness and meditate on a mantra. However, I am capable of doing it with movement, and so I do it with my qigong. That is how I meditate. And so in April, my whole focus was on really on balance, internal balance, which is truly equanimity inside, internally. So my question for you is, moving forward, is there anything else that I can do within my Qigong practice for myself and my teaching that can increase this level of peace, equanimity, courage, confidence,
You create an image for yourself of these elements: peace, equanimity, courage, confidence, compassion. You create an image of it emitting from your soul out. It is a mist of color, whatever color comes up for you to signify those things, those attributes. You send it out from your soul into the world. And in that way, and you start your practice with the intention of imbuing yourself with these attributes: peace and equanimity and courage and compassion and confidence and the five elements. And you send it out. You allow it to fill you, and then you send it out to be shared by all it encounters. And you don't get to direct who it will encounter. You send it out, trusting that it will touch where it needs to touch. What do you think about that?
I kind of feel like I want to cry right now. So thank you.
Give yourself an image. This will go out into the world and touch who it needs to touch. It will help you if you can see it as a mist of color going
Okay.
out. If you give thought concrete manifestation, representation, you give it concrete representation, it will feel more effective to you, to all of you, than if you just say, I'm sending the thought out. If you give it something that you can visualize, a mist of color, a bolt of laser light beam to a particular individual, however you want to image it, but giving it a concrete representation adds power to the thought. All right? What do you think?
I love it. Thank you so much.
Indeed. Bless you, dear lady.
Thank you. Bless you.
So it appears that we've had quite a productive session,
Yes.
and we thank you for your participation. And we bid you adieu with blessings and hopes. And should you wish to speak with us on this subject again, you can contact this woman and she will make arrangements. All right? Blessings heaped upon you all for success in all that you desire for yourselves and for the good of all. So be it. Bless you.